how to make the Tunisian Stockinette stitch, also known as the Afghan stockinette stitch. So let's get started. I'm using a size M bamboo Afghan crochet hook and medium worsted weight yarn. Of course, you can use lighter weight yarn and a smaller hook if you like. To start off with, for this swatch, I'm just going to make a chain of 10. And you start out with a slip knot, and you make the slip knot your favorite way. And then chain 10. Okay. And we're going to start off the same way we do any other Tunisian stitch. I am going to turn this over and go to the bumps on the back of the chain. And it's easier for me if I take my thumb and my middle finger and hang on to that little loop when I insert my hook and draw up a loop. Insert the hook, draw up a loop all the way across the row. Same way we've done the Tunisian simple stitch. Okay, so now we should have 11 loops on our hook. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Alright, now we're going to work the loops off the hook. So what you're going to do is you catch a loop on your hook, yarn over if you like, pull it through 1. Slide it back up onto the shaft of the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way across until you're down to 1 loop on your hook. And if you notice, I'm turning the hook downward to pull it through the loops, just like so. Okay, now this is the row we're going to show you how to do the stockinette stitch. Okay, in the simple stitch you scoop under this way. Well, for the stockinette you go behind this vertical bar but in front of the one behind it, and you poke it all the way through, and then you draw up a loop. See that? You zoom in so you can see better where I'm putting the hook. I'm going under the vertical bar but through the back, and I'm yarn over and I draw up the loop. Okay, and we're going to do this all the way across the row. This is really the only difference between the simple stitch and the stockinette stitches, where you draw your loop through. Okay, get over here. This will look like the knit stockinette stitch, except for it's going to be thicker. When you get to this last loop, let me zoom in here so you can see. You want to go behind the back loop as well. And you go in there. So keep your end from being all loose and open. You want to have it same consistency as the rest. So now we have 11 loops on our hook, and we're going to work those off the same way we did before. Draw through 1, then yarn over and draw through 2, all the way across. Okay, so now we're going to start our third row. we're going to do it the same way we did the previous row. Insert the hook behind the vertical bar but out the back. Catch the loop and draw up a loop. Draw up the loop. And always make sure you draw this loop up to the full length, or your stitches are going to be really tight and your work will curl. The nature of the stitch, it will curl anyway, so this will likely have to be blocked when you're finished your project. Okay. Remember, the last stitch, make sure you go behind that loop in the back as well. Okay. And again, you should have 11 loops on your hook. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you work it off the hook the same way as before. Draw through 1, draw through 2, all the way across the row. All right, and you continue in the same manner until you get the piece the length you want. If you look, it looks a lot like, it looks just like actually the knit stockinette stitch. We have lines of V's, vertical lines of V's. The back, your purl bumps look a little differently. They look more like you have a chain across the back. So this fabric comes out very thick. That's why you want to use a really big hook compared to what you would normally use with your yarn. I would go at least 2 hook sizes larger than the hook size recommended on the label of your yarn. And happy crocheting!